All right, here with the amazing Jackie Rivas, and Jackie's going to be the one who actually is conducting the workshop on the numerology and the feng shui. And we wanted to kind of get together and explain how in the world could the numerology and feng shui benefit me in my life. Okay, so these numbers can be a little bit confusing. And you've done a great job. Why don't you talk about a little bit about kind of some of the exercises you're going to have us do in terms of finding our numbers.
All right, so basically you have several numbers. You have your life path number, your destiny number, your heart desire, and your personality number. So I'm going to teach everybody how they can figure those numbers.
Okay.
So when they go home, they can actually figure out their spouse's number or their kids' numbers.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just kind of review with mine. You know, obviously master teacher. I've got the gift and some of my challenges, and obviously for me, I tend to be more of a global thinker. I tend to be more of a visionary.
Big thinker.
Yeah, but I'm like, what about connecting all the dots?
Right.
So I need kind of someone alongside me who can be an implementer or an integrator, someone who's more detail oriented like
myself.
Right? So what makes me me and what makes you you?
So what makes you you is you're the CEO, you're the guy that thinks big, but you probably don't have the fours and some of the detailed numbers to really figure out what it takes to make all those pieces come together.
Perfect example is when I wanted to shoot a video, or even my book. When I wrote my book, I had people behind me that are saying, okay, you have 120 days. Here's about how many hours you can think about that it's going to take to, get the publisher and have the editor and the proofer and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was almost overwhelming to me.
But you had to delegate.
Yeah,
to your fours and your sevens and your other people.
Yep. So I just had to focus on writing the book.
Yep.
And then I had to have people around me that, got the editor, the proofing, the, all the peripheral stuff, the layout, the stuff that I, A, am not good at, and B, don't necessarily like. So.
And the other thing that we want to do is incorporate not only in the numerology but the feng shui. When you're struggling with things, you can actually add pieces of feng shui in certain areas of your home that will help you with the numbers that you may not have, like your 4 is your structure. So you can actually put earthy items in that room that'll help you become more structured and more focused.
So let's take a step back and explain, because I didn't really explain on the previous video, what feng shui is.
Okay, so feng shui is basically any element in your home, whether it's the paint colors on your walls, the flooring that you choose, any of the accessories that you put in your home influence how you feel and how your life will evolve from that color palette.
So is it just colors, or is it also the
shapes,
structure of the room, like this quadrant represents this quadrant represents
absolutely,
that?
Yeah. So you have it's called a Bagua map, and you can lay it over the top of your home, and it is quadrants.
Okay.
And each quadrant holds a certain feng shui element.
Okay.
So if you have, for the example, the center of your room is a 5 for numerology, but it's earth element for your home. So you want to put certain colors or certain elements in that particular part of your home to represent that.
The first time that I looked at numerology and started to kind of research a little bit around it, it was amazing to me that it's been around for over 2,500 years, and I'm assuming feng shui, because of its Eastern influence, has been around for thousands of years.
Absolutely. It's really feng shui is kind of working with the subconscious. So when you walk into a home and you'll be like, I really love it here. Like, what is it about this place? Or like when you went out west to Colorado, you're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So those elements out west, our mountains are earthy, they really ring with you. So it's really things that we already know, but we can really dig deeper and figure out what they mean.
So let's talk about, obviously, when someone comes, how it can benefit their life.
Right.
Particularly so if I know, Paula's numbers, and I know what makes her tick and she knows what makes me tick, I would assume that makes for obviously a smoother relationship, better communication.
Or like if you have a situation where, hey, I really want to convince my wife to do this, then you want to put earthy items around. Then she'll be like, that actually sounds fun.
Sounds like a good plan. So one of the things that we kind of talked about is really encouraging people to bring a friend or a family member, because then you can kind of work on some of these exercises together.
Absolutely.
And then even the communication.
You'll see that you'll understand why this friend is your friend. You'll start to see in the numbers, oh, well, this is why I really like her, because she actually does this for me. And she's for example, feng shui wise, like if your friend is a 3, she's actually your earthy element, and you might be a 1 and you're a water element. So you got to figure out how she supports you or how you support her. There's a good reason you're friends, and typically in the numbers you can see why.
So is it more of a complementing opposed to we're very similar?
No, a lot of times it's a compliment.
Okay.
It's this person's helping this person be their best self.
Okay.
This is a supportive person. Okay.
Do you find, or have you found that sometimes it can be challenging if you're too much alike?
Oh yeah. If both are leaders, if you're both a 1, or if you're a 1 and an 8, you're both leaders, and
Yep.
1s and 8s are very similar but very different. We kind of march to the beat of
similar
our...
but different.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good in business, but not good in relationships so much.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that, going through our numbers and stuff, it's been really a lot of fun for Paul and I, because it's really helped us communicate better and know these are my strengths, these are her strengths, here's our weaknesses.
Exactly.
Just because it helps us to kind of circumnavigate some of the challenges maybe that...
And the greatest thing is those weaknesses that you do have,
Yeah.
in your home when you decorate, you can say, well, we actually need the support of fire, or we need the support of earth or wood. And so, hey, we want to redo these floors. Okay, well, we need more wood here. So
Yes.
Rip out the carpet, let's put in wood, and now we'll feel better. We'll feel more grounded and more supported.
I think that's a great point,
Yeah.
because a lot of times people, I think, consciously are so focused on certain elements, but subconsciously, our subconscious is so powerful.
Yeah.
And sometimes how we decorate things and how we organize things can really have a strong, powerful vibration and make us feel better.
Absolutely.
So
it's amazing.
Let's talk about, just to wrap this up, in terms of them coming, the biggest benefit is they're going to find their numbers, and then you're going to give them worksheets that they can figure out their family members' numbers.
And their friends and whoever's in their life.
We're going to have a lot of fun at this workshop. It's going to be very interactive. The great thing about it is everybody here is going to really share their numbers, and then we're going to kind of see how our numbers correlate with our personalities. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That'd be totally fun.